In a lively village known for colorful celebrations and unforgettable festivals, there lived a woman named Adan, famous for one extraordinary trait, her love for food. People joked that if you left your plate for even 1 second, Adan's hand would already be reaching for it. But beyond her legendary appetite, she was intelligent, beautiful, and full of energy. Many admired her, but few understood her. One bright Saturday morning, something happened that changed her life forever. It was the day she met Chaik. Chaik was a humble, well-mannered man known throughout the village for his calm personality and generous spirit. He wasn't rich, but he had kindness that made everyone feel important. That morning, he was at a local food stall waiting for his order of freshly made akara when he saw Adan for the first time. She was standing near the pot of boiling oil, sniffing the aroma of frying beans like a food inspector. Chaik watched her with amusement as she negotiated fiercely over the number of akara balls she was supposed to get. "Auntie, I paid for 8, she insisted. "You gave me 7, please don't cheat me, every akara has destiny." The seller's side laughed and added one more ball. Chaik chuckled softly and Adan caught him staring. She frowned. "What is funny?" she asked boldly. Chaik replied with a smile, "I like the way you defend your food, you don't play with it at all." Adan's face softened. She smiled, a small one at first, but it grew. And just like that, they began talking. They sat under a big mango tree near the stall and talked for almost an hour. Adan told him her theory about food. "If you don't protect your food, someone else will eat it." Chaik told her his belief. "There is more joy in sharing." They both laughed. Opposites had met, and surprisingly, they fit together like pieces of a puzzle no one expected. For weeks, Chaik visited the same food stall, pretending he was there for akara, but everyone knew he came for Adan. Soon, they became inseparable. People noticed how Chaik's calmness balanced Adan's fire. He taught her patience. She taught him how to spice his food properly. They were perfect in the most unpredictable way. Months passed and Chaik decided it was time for something serious. He invited Adan to his family home for the introduction ceremony, the moment both families would meet. Adan was excited but also nervous, not because of Chaik's family but because of the food that would be served. She prayed silently, "Oh God, let these people not serve small portions." When they arrived at Chaik's family compound, the smell of freshly cooked stew greeted them like a warm handshake. His mother had prepared a feast, and the table was filled with pounded yam, egusi soup, fried fish, and fruit drinks that sparkled in the sunlight. Chaik introduced her proudly. "Mama, Papa, this is Adan, the woman I want to marry." His mother smiled warmly, but inside she wondered, is this not the girl that loves food too much? Rumors about Adan had traveled far. Still, she welcomed her kindly. During the introduction ceremony, everything was going smoothly until the moment food was served. Plates were placed on the table. The elders began eating slowly and gracefully. But Adan, trying to impress them, attempted to eat gently too, only for her stomach to betray her with a loud growl. Everyone heard it. Chaik coughed to hide his laugh. The elders looked up. Adan froze. Then Papa Chaik smiled and said, "My daughter, please eat. This house does not punish hunger." Relieved, Adan dropped all pretense and ate happily, not wildly but joyfully. She complimented the food. She praised Mama Chaik's cooking so much that the older woman blushed and replied, "If you marry my son, I promise to cook for you anytime you want." That was the moment Mama Chaik fell in love with her. The introduction ended in laughter, blessings, and promises. Everyone agreed Chaik and Adan were meant for each other. Weeks later, the wedding day arrived. The village prepared the biggest feast of the year. Music blasted, colorful fabrics decorated the square, and guests filled the seats with excitement. But while the world prepared to celebrate love, Adan prepared for battle, the battle to secure food. The moment she sat at the reception in her bright red dress and matching beads, she grabbed her fork like a warrior holding a sword. The food in front of her was arranged beautifully. Grilled chicken, puffy balls of dough, assorted meat, and a mountain of jollof rice that looked like a hill carved by angels. Without hesitation, she began eating. Not slowly. Not gently. Not politely. She ate with full determination. Her cheeks puffed out like balloons, her eyes sharpened, and she chewed with the confidence of someone who knew her mission. Guests stared in shock. "Is the bride eating already?" someone whispered. "No," another replied, "she is eating for all of us." Her husband sat beside her, speechless. He loved her, but this was next-level dedication. Whispers turned to gasps when Adan pulled the biggest plate of jollof meant for both bride and groom and hugged it like treasure. Someone shouted she ate all the food at her wedding. People screamed. The drummers stopped. The MC froze. Then, after swallowing one more enormous mouthful, Adan paused. She blinked slowly at her guests and realized everyone was starring. Her mother stood up dramatically and shouted, "Adan, you finished everything, why?" Adan suddenly burst into laughter, stood up proudly and declared, "Everybody calm down, that was just the first round, I was testing the food for my guests." Right on cue, the caterers marched in with fresh trays of steaming food. The crowd cheered, the drummers resumed, and the dancing restarted. Even Chaik laughed until tears rolled down his cheeks. From that day on, the village told the story of Adan, the unforgettable bride who ate all the food at her wedding but still made everyone laugh, everyone happy, and everyone well-fed. She became a legend not just for her appetite but for her joy, her boldness, and the unforgettable love story that began with Akara under a mango tree. And that is how she met her husband, survived the introduction, and accidentally became the most talked about bride the village had ever seen.